Okay, today we're going to do the slotted cam, drawing number 5. Now the slotted cam is one of the easier drawings here, but what a lot of people have a hard time with is these angled slots here, and I'll pay close attention to how to do those. So we're going to start the slotted cam like we started all our other single view drawings. We're going to find the center of our paper, and that'll be right here on our drawing. I'm going to flip my T-square upside down. X marks the spot across the corners. Again, real light construction lines. There's one. There's one right there. And I like to always put in my horizontal and vertical center lines. There's my horizontal, again, nice and lightly, construction lines. And here's my vertical one, really lightly, construction line. Now, we're going to put the center circle in. That has a diameter of 3/4, a radius of 3/4, excuse me. So I'm going to put my compass, bring it out to 3/4, 12/16, and I am going to strike that arc around, all the way around. There's my center circle. That circle represents this one of 3/4 radius. Now what I like to do is I like to put in this large outer one, and it has a diameter of 6. So remember, if the diameter is 6, we can't use our circle template, so we have to convert that into radius, which is half of it. So it's going to be 3 inches. So again, I'm going to go back to my ruler, put the needle right on 0. I'm going to roll it out to 3 inches. I'm going to try to be pretty precise here. Now I'm going to do this as a construction line because we're going to erase some of it in between the slots. But I like to put it in now as a reference. So there is my 6-inch diameter circle. Next thing we need is we need to put in this center line right here, and I'm going to put it in as a construction line, and that helps lay out the centers of all these little holes in our slots. It has a diameter of 3.5, so again the diameter is 3 1/2, so we need to figure out what half of that is. So half of 1, or half of 3 is 1.5, and half of half is 1/4. So that would be 1 3/4 radius. Set my compass to 1 3/4 or 1 12/16, and I'm going to strike that arc really lightly because it's just a construction line, like that. Now let's put in our first slot here. Things we need to figure out. Where is the center point? Where is this point? Well, one part of it is right on our horizontal center line, and the other is right where that circle that we just drew, that center line, intersects it. So right here. Next, you need to figure out what's the diameter of this circle. Well, it's 3/4 diameter, okay? Because it says that the slot is 3/4 wide. Now, I'm going to use my compass for this, so I need half of that, and that's 3/8. And that's its radius, okay? Now, the reason you're going to use your compass is because we need to stop on these curved lines, and our circle template won't work for that. So we have to use our compass. So I'm going to go to 6/16 or 3/8. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my compass point right on the center mark, and I'm going to draw an arc from one side to the other, meeting back up at my center line curve. Now to complete the slot, all I need to do is use my T-square and draw the lines over. Like that. And like that. And I'm going to erase, just so I don't forget, the middle. So there's the first slot. Now let's do the same thing over here. So this slot starts right here. Taking my time with my compass to make sure I start and stop in the right spots. And then I'm going to bring my T-square up and draw in my horizontal lines. Erase out right here so I don't forget. Now I have the two easy slots done. The next slots are what usually trick people because they're angled. And really what we need to know is that they're 30 degrees off from the center line. And these ones were right on the horizontal line, so we don't have to worry about those. But these 30-degree ones, we got to figure out some way to get 30 degrees. Now we could use our protractor to do it, but there's an easier way. If you remember, one of your triangles was a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the tall, skinny one. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand it up tall. I'm going to put my pencil right here in the center, slide it over. I'm going to do a nice light construction line right through the whole thing. This angle, if we were to measure it with a protractor, would be 30 degrees now. So this angle right here is 30 degrees. And you don't have to write that in. I just want to write it in for you. And I'm going to do the same thing going the other direction. Right through the center. Nice and light. Now that we have our two 30-degree lines put in, it's basically the same process here. I'm going to put my compass right where it intersects my center line circle, and I'm going to draw a half a circle. Nice and dark. Now, to get the parallel lines for it, this line and this line, I don't use my T-square alone. I have to use my triangle. Again, I'm going to keep it standing up tall, and I'm going to bring my triangle in to do those angled lines. Erase out the middle so I don't forget. Then I'm going to go over here and do this one. There's my arc. Now I have to flip my triangle over so my angle's correct. Again, I'm going to line it right up carefully. Draw those lines. Don't try to freehand it. Use your triangle. Erase out so I don't forget. And then let's repeat the same process up here. Put the center of my circle right where they meet. Draw that. Got my half circle, and then I'm going to use my T-square and triangle combo to finish it up. Erase out that part in between. And finally, the last one. So we'll check here. I think my compass got moved a little bit. There we go. Take my triangle. If the angle's not correct, I'm going to flip it over. Extend them out. Erase in between so I don't forget. Now I need to darken in between each one of these. So I'm not going to remeasure with my compass. I'm just going to put it back in the center and roll it out until it meets my edge. And I'm just going to darken. Just go along in between each one of them. Darken. My compass isn't the best one, so it's moving around just a little bit on me. Push down a little bit too hard. Just be careful of that. And get off just a little bit. I'm just going to come back in and correct it. And I can just erase my little mistake here. Now, let's finish up our title block. So I'm going to add my construction lines down here to write in. This one is called slotted cam. Then your name. Again, all capitals. Scales 1 to 1. We didn't scale up or down. The date. And this one is drawing number, or DWG number 5. And that's how you complete the slotted cam. Again, you want to take a couple of minutes, erase, make sure you darken your border, darken all your lines, and erase all your construction lines.